stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
The economy in 2021 performed remarkably well.
Remarkably well, really. And they call the stock market the economy. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. This segment is brought to you by KDOW AM 1220. That's San Francisco. Also, KLFE AM 1580, The Answer, Seattle. Don't forget, we stream live on YouTube and Rumble. Okay, so what a great economy. You know how they always call this the market the economy? It's always the economy. They always point to the stock market. Look how great the economy is doing. Well, let's talk about the economy. Are you kidding me? So here we are. The S&P companies threw off in stock gains for 2021, 27%. So the stock market, the S&P, which we consider the stock market because it's the broadest market, went up 27% in 2021. And they're telling us now 2022 is even going to be greater. Really? Well, here's what they don't want you to know. 84% of the 27% gains in the S&P 500 they're all excited about came from just 7 of the 500 companies. Let me repeat. Think about this. The S&P 500 companies threw off a gain of 27%, meaning they went up 27%. 84% of that 20% gain came from just 7 of the 500 companies. What are you, nuts? That's crazy. So while the stock price of the S&P 500 companies soared 27%, here's what they don't want you to know. The company's bottom line, or its profits as they call it, or they call it earnings. And remember, earnings is the single most important number in a company's financial statement. It's the mother's milk of the stock market. All you hear is earnings, earnings, earnings. Earnings were negative 21%. No profits. So how does a stock market go up 27% in 2021, but they have negative earnings? Same thing is bottom line is negative. Same thing is profits are negative. What are you, nuts? But boy, they don't talk about that much, do they? So how can you have 500 stocks of the S&P 500 gain 27%? Yet the S&P 500 companies have a negative 21% bottom line. It's called financial engineering. Yes, in 2008 they decided, let's get rid of earnings. What we're going to do is print all this money and we'll keep on buying treasuries, keep getting these yields down. And this way here, we're going to replace low yields and get rid of the earnings. We don't need earnings. If we get the yields down, the stock will go up. But we won't tell people about that. We'll tell them earnings are terrific. Think about it. 7 companies of 500 moved the market up 27% for all of 2021. 7 companies. That's nuts. A company's earnings is everything. It's the after-tax net income. They had none. Earnings is the mother's milk of the stock market. None. Dry. Gone. Earnings is the single most important, most studied number in a company's financial. It's all you hear all day long. Earnings, earnings. They're tricking you. They don't care about earnings. They don't care about after-tax net income. They don't care about the bottom line. All they care about is stock buybacks, stock buybacks, stock buybacks. $8 trillion in stock buybacks. $8 trillion. Think about that. $8 trillion. Do you know we are now on February 9th? Since January to February 9th, February 9th, do you know they printed over nearly $40 billion for what? Stock buybacks. They're trying to push this market up with stock buybacks. That's what they're doing now. Remember I told you if you take a look at the S&P, remember that most important day when they stopped the crash. We had a full-fledged crash going, just like we had in 2020 where the market went down in about 4 days, 30%. We were going to go down about 50%. They stopped it. That was on that was on January 24th. And it tried to go back down on the 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th. The 5 days, Monday to Friday, the market kept trying to go down, and they stopped it from going down. Know how they did it? Not only did they come in and buy index futures and print about $12 trillion, okay, to push into the stock market, give to the about 4 of the big investment banks, have them go buy stock to push the thing up. But stock buybacks. And who benefits from the stock buybacks? Not Main Street. Are you kidding me? You get screwed. The worker gets screwed. They say, well, yeah, but don't worry. He's got 401ks. Oh, really? 401k, that's going to help him. 50% of the workers have 401ks. And the 50% who have them, half of them don't even contribute to them because the 401k is nothing but garbage because of all the hidden fees and so forth. But let's get back to these stock buybacks. So the market is on its way back up. People are all excited. I told you this would happen, but please remember, if you're with us, you're making money. We're doing terrific right now, making good money on the travel stocks. I made sure I sent an alert to my members last Friday. It was last Friday? I think it was last Friday. Last Friday, I gave them an alert and I said, you got to keep watching these travel stocks. They're all going to start going up. We can't let them get by us because the travel stocks, they're going to start painting the tape. What's that mean? That means they come up with a story. They got to have a story. It's all storytelling. I mean, obviously, if the market has gone up 27% and it has no earnings, how do you think they got there? They're telling us one big story, right? How great the economy is, when no, it was all because of stock buybacks. So if you take a look at the what they're doing right now to move this market higher, remember, they got a real problem. Because they're just, if they don't keep doing the stock buyback, it's going to be a hell of a time trying to get back up to their high, especially if you look at the NASDAQ and see where the high was in November. Go look back at the small and mid-cap stock, symbol IWM, where it was in November. To get back up to those November highs would be almost impossible, So, but you can make money as they're trying to cheat and run this market back up. And what you have to do is you have to take these stocks, these travel stocks, like the cruise lines, the airlines, the hotels, what we've been doing, and you invest in them in a short period of time so you can't get hurt. Because the stocks are only going to go up 2-3 days at a time and then collapse again. And that's what we've been doing. And it's called swing trades. And if you want to learn how to do swing trades, very easy. Why don't you join my gang free for 10 days? Go to philsgang.com, click where it says Get Started, and click where it says Working Investor Group. Free for 10 days. And you get my color-coded chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell,
Want
and when
more
to short.
information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Green at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grant at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Warning, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days, philsgang.com. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Pick your words, say them again.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. Our sponsors are 860 AM, The Answer, here in Tampa, Florida. Also, 9:30 AM, The Answer, Sarasota, that's where I live, and 93.7 FM, The Answer in Sarasota. Also, remember, we stream live, YouTube and Rumble. So, the stock market, the one thing about the stock buybacks that made this market so easy, since 2008, you no longer have cycles. We used to have 3 cycles a year before QE. The market would go up, turn around, come back down, go back up, come back down, and same thing, go back up, back down. So you had 3 of these cycles. So you had to find a skill to short because, as I said, these cycles were the same each year. You'd have 3 up cycles and 4 down cycles. And if you didn't learn how to short, make money with the market going down, it's just nearly impossible to make money. That's why 80% of people lose money. Now, when they decided to cheat and they decided to take the stock market and rig it, and they didn't do any recession, they just decided, let's do one thing. Let's create a whole bunch of inflation so that we can take care of ourselves, the 1/100th of 1 percentile and the 1% of the population. That's right, the 1/100th of 1%. They are our owners. You got to remember that. The 1/100th of 1% are the owners. And George Carlin always used to talk about the owners.
You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear.
And think about this. What they've done with all the stock buybacks, which used to be a crime. Reagan changed that so there would be no crime. But the Senate and the banking committees should be right in there saying, no, stop this, because this hurts Main Street. But they don't care about Main Street. Because remember, when you do stock buybacks, you're taking away all that cash of the company. They're taking that cash and they're not putting it in business investment. They're not putting in new machinery, new technology, so the employees could produce more. So the employees can, when they produce, remember, they do better. They get a raise. Their savings goes up. And they consume more. Remember, our consumption is what makes our economy grow. It's 70% of our growth consumption. But they decided, screw them. We could care less about them. Because after that 2008 crash, they wanted to, the owners wanted to get their money back quickly. And the only way they could get it back quickly if their assets rallied. I'm talking about their exclusive real estate all around the world, their fine art, their rare coins, their gold, their precious metals, diamonds, gems, titanium, platinum, stuff that we don't have. And they decided, let's get that stuff moving. How do you do that? Let's get inflation. Because if we print money, why don't we just print money, and we'll take that money and we'll buy our own stocks, keep buying our stocks back, because we don't have any profits. We destroyed the stock market in 2008. We wiped out $10 trillion worth of equity in stocks and home equity. And to go into recession, that would help Main Street, but it's not going to help us immediately. So screw Main Street. Let's help us. Let's create tremendous amount of inflation. If they got to pay $4 for gas, who cares? And we'll keep buying back our stock of our companies. And the more we print to do stock buybacks, the more we keep printing, the more inflation. And our assets will go up. And that's what happened. It's destroyed Main Street. And what we're getting now is the consequence of all this and the consequence of income inequality is now surfacing. The income inequality opened the door to these idiots, these progressives like AOC and her tribe, where they can stand up and say, look at this. Look what's going on in the country. We stand up for social justice and equality. That's why big government should control the financial system, control energy, control your businesses. They're putting people on the Supreme Court that are socialists. But guess what? You could make a ton of money with stock buybacks. And we did. My members did. But it's over now. And this rally that you're seeing now, remember, this rally that you're seeing is for more stock buybacks. But you got to take a look at the volume in the market. You're going to get hurt unless you know what you're doing. Unless you know what you're doing. We've done a great job with our travel stocks. But we know that these travel stocks, they're only going to be up for maybe 4 days, 5 days, and that's going to be the end of it. It's going to be. Hope it's not. I hope they go on. But I'm going to tell you right now, the problem with the overall market is they've taken all the money. These companies, they're in such trouble, these companies. They have such debt. 14 years of stock buyback. That means 14 years of borrowing money. And I don't care if it was a 4% interest or even zero. They still got to pay that debt back. And that's the problem. They can't pay the debt back, these companies. But nobody wants to talk about that. So it's kind of crazy when you think about it. They printed $8 trillion just for stock buybacks. Forget the other $125 trillion they printed to prop up the economy, to prop up the banks, to prop up the corporations. But it's a wonderful opportunity because if they're going to run this rally or if they're going to crash it, what difference does it make? We'll make money either way. And that's where we're going to help you. I'll be right back after this break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed. Chairperson of these two committees. Their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
PillsGang.com is not the only way you can stay in touch with what we do throughout the day. With today's social media, you can stay up to date with Phil's Gang current events. You can find Phil's Gang on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and more. Phil's Gang Radio Show is broadcast live Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, Periscope, and, of course, YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Go to philsgang.com and find our social media buttons at the top left-hand corner of the site. philsgang.com and Phil's Gang Social Media, keeping you connected.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And at the end of the day, the consumer looks immensely strong, so much so that many people are willing to quit their jobs. They've got so much in savings. It's a remarkable situation, Hadley. It kind of reminds me of the late 50s, early 60s.
It was a good year for incomes in the economy last year, and a lot of those rising incomes did, in fact, help the lower quartile, let's say, of individuals, people who work in service industries, in hotels and hospitalities, in hospital services, and so on and so forth.
The New York Fed reporting that total household debt rose by $1 trillion.
It's amazing, isn't it? These guys are real salesmen. When you have a market that rallied, I mean, just think about it. It went up 27% last year, 2021. It had no bottom line. We had no earnings. We had no profits. And the only way they could get the stock gains up 27% was to do stock buybacks. And stock buybacks hurts every worker in this country. Because when companies do stock buybacks, they don't take that money and put it in for R&D. Matter of fact, they cut back R&D by almost 52%. Research and development companies aren't even doing R&D. They're cutting back new equipment, business investment, You're working for a company. You want new technology. You want new equipment so you can produce more, so you can get a wage, a higher wage, and then you can save more. You can consume more. You can invest. Oh, that's all gone. Stock buybacks only benefit the CEOs and the largest shareholders. That's it. It's designed that way. It hurts Main Street. It's designed that way. Stock buybacks make no contribution to increase in productivity, and that's why we got a mess. Oh, and by the way, Mayor Pete's going to take care of it. Mayor Pete's going to get that productivity up. See, what's hitting us now is this 14 years of creating a tremendous wealth for the wealthy. So, without new machinery, without business investment, without increased productivity, and when they shut the economy down, these idiots, they shut the economy down, and demand got way ahead of productivity. And then the government sends everybody a bunch of money, a whole bunch of money. Here, take this money, $1,400 a month. Oh, you're getting what? $300 a week in unemployment? We'll give you another $3 on top of that. Maybe even another $3 on top of that. And people have all this money. They start buying. But everybody's home. No productivity. And you want to wonder why prices are going up? You go to the Nike and there's only 2 pairs of sneakers instead of 10. Because nobody's producing them. What a bunch of clowns we have. But it's great to be in the stock market. You know one thing about the stock market? And this is what we try to do every day for our members. If we can get them to the first position, in which we work really hard, is to make sure they don't lose money. That is prime. That's our first goal. Because if they don't lose money, they're with us forever. And the making money becomes easy. It takes care of itself. And you know when that takes care of itself? When a stock goes down and you go, oh, great, I'm going to make money with the stock going down. Have you ever sat there and said, oh, boy, the stocks are going down? No, because they rigged the market against you so that you only can buy. Take a look at the 401k. There's about 90 million people in 401ks, and they can't make money when the market goes down. They just got to sit there and get slaughtered like cattle or sheep. Imagine the market goes down and they can't make money on the way down. That's why 401ks are the worst thing ever. What do they tell you when the crash comes? Oh, you're going to be just fine. Cost average down. Look, the stock market has to be fun to be in it. Like anything. If you don't like your job, what you do, it's going to be miserable, right? If anybody has a job and they hate it, they get up in the morning, oh, no, I got to go to work today. What an existence. Can you imagine waking up in the morning and going, oh, I got to go back to this job today? You got to love what you do. And you get to love the stock market when you're on the other side. When you're part of the 20% who make money consistently, when you're part of the 20% who don't care if the market's going up or it's going down. It makes no difference because we make money either way. Or just like now, we see what's going on. Market's going up, and they're lying to you left and right why it's going up. All BS. Pretty soon they'll be at $40 billion in stock buyback since January 1. I think we're right now at 32 or 33. 30 billion right now. We'll be up to 40 billion in another couple of days. That's what's pushing the stocks up. So some stocks you want to be in, like the travel stocks, but you don't want to be in for a long period of time because the overall stock market is trending down. We have a dominant downtrend. So let's have some fun and we'll buy these stocks short term. And guess what? We'll tell you when to buy. We'll tell you when to get in. We'll tell you when to get out. That's the difference here at Phil's Gang. The 20% of people who make money, they know when to get in, when to get out, when to add. Here, I'll give you an example. Every day at 2 o'clock, Steve was at our education program, tells you what to do with our portfolio. We have a portfolio of stocks. It's our portfolio. It's called Working Investor Portfolio. When you sign up for your 10 days free, go where it says, you go to philsgang.com, it says, click here, and then make sure you hit Working Investor. And then you have access to our portfolio. And every day at 2 o'clock, Steve goes over each stock and tells us what we're going to do.
Looking at SPY, continue to hold this one with light shares in a short position. Our stop is 455.
And it goes on and tells you exactly. So you know what to do. You didn't have to come to class. You didn't have to learn anything. If you just follow his instructions, that's what we do. That's what the whole team does here. We start at 4 o'clock in the morning because here's the thing about the market. The market always does what it wants to do, but never when it's supposed to do it. And when the market opens, you got to lose your opinion so you don't lose your money. And the biggest thing, remember, the trend is your friend. Never go against the trend. It's your friend. And the yield is your guide. It's your guide. It's like a seeing eye dog. It's your guide, the yield. Remember, the fake business news networks, all these guys you hear, they have no moral sense about truth. If you remember that and you get used to a chart that tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to sell short, it becomes fun. And we don't care if the market's going up. We don't care if the market's going down. And at the end of 10 days, if you don't get that feeling, if you don't agree with that, then don't stay with us. I understand. But very few people ever try the 10 days and go, nah, that's not for me. Especially people who we call our working investor, very busy. Very busy people. They don't have time. What they love is they go home at night, after they eat, they're following one of our stocks in our portfolio, and they just, again, let's say it's you're following the spiders. Then just listen to what Steve tells you. That's it. And remember what behind that. You got a whole team here just following the yields, following the dollar, following the euro. We know what's going on. The most important thing about the stock market is you got to understand how it works. Those dopes on the fake business network, they don't know how it works. That's not their job. Their job is to get you excited, to make sure you're pumped up. We'll be back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativegroup.com.
License number A1900020. Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. This is our last segment. It's brought to you by KSBN AM 1230 Spokane, Washington. You know what gets me upset is that so many people get turned off by the stock market because they're given such BS. They jump in the market. Like right now, people are jumping in the stock market thinking, oh, the crash is over. It's done. And people are jumping in. They have no idea what they're doing. And then they get hurt and they leave. And they never come back to the market because they lie to you all the time. You know, like when they tell you how everything's great, right? Everything's terrific. The economy is remarkable.
The economy in 2021 performed remarkably.
Oh, really? Really? Remarkable? I don't think so. The economy hasn't performed remarkably over the last 50 years. What is he talking about? He's a lawyer. Housing over the last 50 years up 190%. That's the truth. College up 264%. Over the last 50 years. That's the truth. Now, this one here is going to really bust your bubble or grind your gears. Average household income is only up 16% over the last 50 years. And now, wait a minute. Let's adjust for inflation. You'd really start crying. So you got to get some income from somewhere. And the only place you can get income is from the stock market. But if you listen to these people, or if you're in a 401k, you're not going to get anywhere. Here at Phil's Gang, we're reaching out to you, telling you not only will this be fun for you, because for the first time you're going to be part of the 20% who make money when it goes down. And we're reaching out to help you. And when you're making money, all we're asking of you, would you please reach out to St. Jude Hospital, Research Hospital. Please do that. It's a win-win for everybody. Look, we've been lied to for 14 years telling us how great things are. When all these stock buybacks, think about it. They printed $125 trillion to prop up the economy, to prop up the banks, to prop up the corporation. They wouldn't let them go broke. And the worst, propping up these banks. And then another $8 trillion in stock buybacks to prop them up, to push this market up 600%. Now we're at the end. And nobody wants to believe it. Buybacks enriched. Guess who? Stock buybacks. It only works for the big boys, the investment banksters, the hedge fund managers, the CEOs. And they did that at your expense. Because remember, they're stealing from you. When they take the money from that company, instead of buying a new machine so you can produce more, so that your wages you'll be compensated by more wages, your savings go up, you can invest, you go out and you can buy more, you consume, our economy grows. They took all that away. Instead, they said, we're going to replace that with income inequality. Screw them. And we're going to take this market and we're going to rig it to the upside through stock buybacks. For 14 straight years. And so what if inflation's up the real number 15%? Who cares? That's what they're saying. Who cares? We, the 1 percentile, love that inflation because that's making us even more rich. Our assets, our exclusive real estate, our fine art, our rare coins, our gold, our metals, everything's going up. We love it. And here's another thing we love. Our debt. We're paying it back with dollars that have no more power. The purchasing power of the dollar is going down, which means, and the government, the Congress, who's supposed to be protecting us. Think about the Congress supposed to be protecting us. That's their job, the Congress. The Senate Banking Committee, the House Banking Committee, these powerful committees in Washington are there to protect us, to reassure us, to keep our economy, our nation, especially the middle class, the backbone of our country, the working folks, on a sound footing. That's their first job. And they're to monitor our assets and make sure this stuff's not going on. But you know why Congress doesn't give a damn? Because they're making money with stock buybacks. Pelosi increased her wealth by what, $40 billion this year? $1 million? $40 million? Are you kidding? And do you think anybody's looking at the signals that we're seeing? Look, I know one thing. Go back to the 1987 crash, go to the dot-com crash, the housing financial crash, the 2018 crash, the 2020 crash, and every one of those, what happened right before that? We had a rise in the rate of, we had disposable income drop to where it's negative. And what is the other thing we're seeing that's happening right now? All of a sudden now we see a rapid increase and everybody's switching to value stocks. Everybody's jumping into value stocks. This is what we saw right before the crashes. But you should never have to worry about the crash. We don't care if it's a crash. Our members don't care. Matter of fact, they get excited because you make more money when the market's going down. Like I've always said, You've got to understand, the people who make money in the market are the ones who understand the market, understand what it does, understand what yields do to you if they're up or down, what gold does to you if you're up or down, what stock buybacks do to the economy. All this money printing and what it does to the economy, how does that relate to the stocks? I always tell the story. I remember Chuck Yeager when he made a speech once, and he said the only reason, I'm no better than all the other pilots. The difference is when I was in a battle, I knew my airplane better than anybody. I knew how it worked. I knew where I could push it. I'm no better than these other pilots, but I knew my aircraft better. I knew how it worked. And that's what saved my life, and that's what made me a great pilot. Boy, that stuck with me. That stuck with me. It's the same thing with the stock market. That's why we're here at 4 in the morning. I'm not lying to you. Because we want to know what's happening now. Like, we know right now what's going on with the market. We know the market's going up, and it's on light volume. We know most of the market's going up on short covering. The markets, and people are doing stock buybacks. And I can go and I'm not going to buy Carnival Cruise Line for a long-term investment, but I certainly could buy a short-term investment. Going back on the perfect day to buy it for a short-term investment was on February 7th. Wouldn't do it now. So we always make sure we have our gang. They're always protected. We always make sure it's fun for them. And the fun is not losing money. Not losing money. You're always going to have some losses. You can't stop all losses. But if you can get to the 20% who's making money all the time, and it will get you there, that's the key. Look, the one thing that these stock buybacks have done, when they ruined our country with these stock buybacks, ruined our country by no more business investment. They take the company CEOs all that money, and they take their cash. And think of it, they drain their cash out of the company. They're not going to buy new trucks, new equipment, new buildings. They let the buildings fall apart. Trucks are falling apart. The equipment's old. They could care less because they want stock buybacks, because they have options. What's that done for us here at the gang? It's made us money. Our members money, because we will always follow the trend. It's always the trend you follow. It's always the trend. You never go against that trend. I'm telling you, these CEOs who've taken all this business investment money and plowed it into stock buyback. It's over. It's over. The big test right now, can the Qs, because it's the Qs that are going to take this market down. I always said it, and China. And if you look at the Qs, if we can't get the Qs back to where they were on November 19th, which is around $405, it's right now around $366, then this market is going to totally collapse. But in the meantime, join my gang. Go to philsgang.com, click where it says Get Started, hit where it says Working Investor, and have some fun. And at the end of 10 days, you're going to say, gee, this is fun. Because you know what? I know how to make money now when the market goes down. I'm not scared anymore. See you on the chart. Please help St. Jude.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.